Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we'll be reacting to
Unpopular K-pop opinions because Twice's flop era got CPR from Kpop Demon Hunters.
I would ask you to respect our privacy, but please, I don't respect people's privacy. That's why I do the hot topics.
1. Twice only got to the Billboard 100 thanks to Kpop Demon Hunters. They're past their peak and their songs haven't charted for years. That's what the internet is mumbling. I mean, yeah, the movie absolutely boosted their singles, but Twice built US traction the old unsexy way. Albums that sell and stadiums that fill. They were the first K-pop girl group to sell out LA's SoFi Stadium and headline it 2 years ago, long before any demon slaying. And it kicked off a run of US stadium milestones. On the chart side, they only popped because of the movie crowd conveniently ignores a 2-year climb. In 2021, Twice cracked the hot
Nah, the crowd is correct. Just Twice's songs are on the bill because of the movie. Let's not get shit confused right now. If that was, they had a chance with Strategy in December. They showed up for a week and high 90s dropped off. That's
they
it.
even
End
had
of
a collab
story.
with Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah. No, let's not get nothing confused right now. The success is only because of K-pop Demon Hunters. Period.
100 for the first time with the Feels at number 83 in 2023. Ready to Be landed at number 2 on the Billboard 200
And
with
showing up on Billboard for a week and disappearing, that is not impressive at all, especially in K-pop because the fans just buy up the albums. No, zero impression. Staying around on Billboard the way they are right now, that's what's impressive. And they're staying high too. They're not even like, even if they stayed at 90s, it's still impressive. But they are like in the 50s, I think. Last time we reacted, something like that.
Yeah.
It's
The backing of Netflix
yes,
promotion.
it's
that went
the
into
only because of K-pop. That little success they have. This is nothing to the success they have right now. Like let's not get shit confused.
153,000 copies, the biggest US week of their career at the time. And in early 2024, they finally snagged their first US #1 album with Youth. Now yes, Demon Hunters scored a real-world #1 Hot 100 with Golden, the first girl group to do so since 2001, and the soundtrack itself surged into the Billboard 200's top
considered a
tier.
girl
That wave
group?
pulled a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Golden consider gold. Yeah,
For
Huntrix.
some reason, it didn't occur to me because they're animation. So
It's Huntrix, yeah, the girl group.
Lot of votes, Twice is included. Their last year single Strategy was included on the soundtrack and 3 members fronted the end credits version of Takedown. Correlation to charts? Brutal and obvious. Strategy entered the Hot 100 in August, then climbed 2 weeks in a row to a new Twice career high of number 69. Takedown has been hovering mid-chart as well. That is the Demon Hunters Afterburners in action. Plus headline placement at Lollapalooza where Twice literally debuted Takedown live and made history as the first K-pop girl group to headline the festival. All of that happened this summer and it did move the needle. But reduce their Western success to a one-off soundtrack bump? Come on, Twice's Western footprint has been multi-channel and multi-year. English singles, a deal with Republic Records for US distribution and stadium-scale touring. The movie didn't invent them. It amplified momentum that was already paid for in blood, sweat, and Ticketmaster service fees. Here's the uncomfortable both things can be true read. The pro-Demon Hunters argument lands for singles.
My mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmother, my aunts as far back as I can remember, have always been narcissists. Something
Dynamics. The film created a rare US pop crossover on streaming for K-pop aesthetics. Golden going #1 proved to programmers and casual listeners the sound could be more than just a niche. Twice had Strategy sitting in the chamber. The soundtrack put a spotlight on it. The Lollapalooza headline slot supplied the mass culture stage and the Hot 100 finally budged higher than their prior peaks. That's smart opportunism, not cheating. If you think a Netflix OST alone can get you 50K seat stadiums and
Nobody's calling them cheaters for anything. I don't know how we judge. They're not. This is not cheating. They took the opportunity. Good for them. I mean,
Yeah, right place, right
yeah.
time.
There's no. I don't know how we jumping to. Oh, they're cheating the system. There's no cheating whatsoever. But also, the question at hand here is not. The headline is Twice's success on Billboard only due to KDH? Yes. The answer to that is yes. But this is not, are Twice only popular in the West because of KDH? Because she's going on at that. She's focusing on, oh yeah, they were already popular. Sure, they were in a small subset of people. This is making them more global. And because the question is on Billboard, yes. So on Billboard, yes, it's only because KDH. Now, did they have fans before? Of course they did. They sold it, but that's not what the question she raised. So her argument that we're kind of focusing on the past stuff, that it has nothing to do with their success right now, because they already dropped that song before. The song didn't do nothing, and the song was good. Strategy was a good song. We sat here, we reacted, we listened, we thought it was a good song. They didn't do nothing. Now they're doing something. Why? K-pop Demon Hunters.
A #1 album, you're confusing virality with viability. Twice had the bass and the catalog. Demon Hunters handed them the missing US singles lever. A mainstream synapse that finally fired. It's not fake charts, it's synergy. Republic's pipeline, Once is buying power, Netflix's name, and a huge US festival set all peaking at once. If you're trying to erase 10 years of work because a movie gave them extra oxygen in 2025, you're not doing analysis. You're doing cope. 2. Mnet is something else. I'm talking about the Chinese trainee Zihao on Boys Planet. He's a 2004 liner who's already part of a group called Boy Story under JYP China. He already got trashed online at the start of the season for his looks. Whole threads comparing his face to other trainees with half his talent. He was one of the standouts in the Ola Solar performance. But because his face card declined, you could only imagine what was thrown at him. But he still ranked safely at number 31 after the first elimination. That means fans showed up for him despite the hate. Then Mnet did what Mnet does best. They went for a cheap clickable humiliation gag. In the latest episode, a segment with cardboard standees put Zihao in the middle and slapped a caption that read, "The center visual, but in the next life with a better choice," which is an indirect way of saying you're ugly. Mnet truly outdid themselves this season. This isn't a one-off hoaxie. 3 weeks ago, judges on the same show caught backlash for comments that basically boiled down to your visuals and body aren't it. One of the judges' line about feeling a trainee's old age through their visuals and the rest of the judges co-signing with physique talk isn't critique. It's a public body check on national TV. Stack that on top of a season that rolled in with rigging and favoritism allegations and a long Mnet history of evil editing, especially toward Chinese contestants, and you've got a pattern: reduce boys to face cards, push humiliation arcs, farm outrage. People try to downplay this saying variety captions are snarky by tradition. It's just dark humor. Shut up. You literally supporting a visual inferiority joke about a real 20-year-old on a stage where votes and public perception decide his career.
I don't know, but is that wrong? If that's part of the gig of certain visual, pointing out that okay, your visual is not up to par, is that wrong?
It's supposed to help you, so you can
Like-
take the criticism and then work on yourself.
Let's say we're doing like a beauty pageant, and so you cannot tell the person, okay, you're not good looking enough, you need like better makeup or something. That's gonna be like,
It's
oh
harsh.
no,
I
it's
know.
harsh, but
Yeah.
isn't that part of the game?
I mean, that's part of the person's job is
Yeah.
to tell you.
Yeah.
And you kind of, you can't always wait for like positive feedback.
Yeah, like the feedback has to be realistic. It can't just be,
Yeah.
oh, everything is fine, and then you're not selling.
It's just, I guess, if the feedback is unrealistic, what I'm supposed to do about that, or if it's a feedback that you can actually use and actually help to like improve yourself.
Right. It obviously shouldn't just be like to put you down. Oh, you ugly, you
Like,
never be anything.
maybe
It shouldn't be like
maybe
that.
the person doesn't like how you do your makeup, then you maybe change your techniques or use different products that works with you better. But if it's something like that, you can't help, otherwise just take the most drastic method, which is do, surgery.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, at some point, because we can't just sit here and deny that K-pop is not about looks. It is. So if you are not looking up to par, somebody has to point that out. The same way if you're not singing up to par. So why is it okay? Because K-pop is 3 parts: singing, dancing, visuals. That's what makes up the genre as a whole. As a group, there has to be singer, visual, whatever. Those are the 3 parts. If you don't dance well, they will scold you. If you don't sing well, they will scold you.
But they
If
give you resources, right? Like, for example, if you're not singing up to par, they give you the trainers that, you dance with and you work with more time. But let's say nutrition-wise, if you're not up to par on how you look physically, I don't think they provide you per se with a nutritionist and a person, a coach to actually help you. They kind of leave you that for you on your own to
should,
figure it
yeah.
out.
If you're bigger than you need to be, they should
Yeah,
provide
they
you with the
figure it
means
out.
to lose weight. Yeah, but at the same time, if you're bigger than you should be, they have the right to point it out. You're too fat. Like, it's harsh. It sounds harsh.
Yeah, it's just the next
but
step. Okay, what I'm supposed to do about that?
lose
Obviously, the
weight.
person doesn't know how to do it.
Research. I mean, if it's your career on the line.
Yeah. Then you need to hire like people in your team to help you.
Well, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a line between making fun and acknowledging
Yeah.
that something needs to be improved.
But also, if it's recorded for television, sometimes it is for like shock value, for create engagement and views and conversation. So you would probably be at the cost of humiliation for the sake of views.
Yeah, but if you are like too big for job, it's like there's a reason, like in fighting there's weight classes. If you're too big, you're not gonna make the cut. We're not nobody's like, oh, surprised at that. Oh, you're too fat to be 195 pounds. Now you're gonna
It's
fight at
just
205.
shocking to the
I
onlooker
mean,
because to us that person can look normal, but to the space they're
yes,
in,
but
it's
that's not
not
the
the
that's not the
standard.
space. Yeah. So I like, again, they shouldn't make fun of the guy like the thumbnail with the, making fun. Maybe that's not the best choice, but on TV pointing to somebody that, oh, you're too heavy, too fat. I mean,
Yeah,
it's harsh, but it's part
but
of the
it makes
job.
the show
Yeah.
popular and people engage more.
Career. And you did it after the show already primed the audience with weeks of visuals, weight and age talk, that's punching down, and it actively invites harassment. When the ratings machine is hungry, they toss kids to the wolves, lower thirds are weapons. If the editors can write next life over a trainee's face, the message is clear: your talent, your improvement, your rank don't matter as much as whether we can meme your looks. That's gross, it's cowardly, and it's the exact
But the
schoolyard
thing
bully.
is
Energy.
that we talk about the negative, but how about when they really reward and overdo it to the point where, you know, do you really have to say all these things to kind of push this narrative of this is what perfection looks like?
Say what things? Like,
Like,
can you give me
okay,
an
so
example of what you're
like
talking
an
about?
opposite. So the opposite of this is like someone getting all the negative feedback. What about someone getting all the praises on how they look? Is there only one way a person can look and we should overhype this person? Because sometimes there's people that they overhype, and
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's how they
it's
are. Yeah.
not everyone. Please don't tell me everyone's gonna look like this person now. Like what happened with the Kim Kardashian, like we overpraise her with her beauty to the point now everyone looks like her, so there's nothing special really about this look per se anymore.
Yeah, but that's what they want. That's their
To the
genre.
point where it's not in trend.
K-pop pretends it's raising boys out of, all while platforming real bullies. Meanwhile, Ziheo's number 31 rank shows the audience can separate noise from skill when you let them. They kept him in while the show kept clowning him. 3. Let's talk about Say My Name's schedule.
I mean, 31 rank to me says he's gonna not make the group. Like, I don't know what there's to clap hands about 30. Clearly, the
You never
audience.
know. Sometimes
31?
you see someone who shouldn't have made the group, and people say, "Why did this person made the group?" Like, remember, like with the scoring with Catsie, some of the girls on their ranking system, based on their rank alone, they shouldn't have made the group.
I don't know, but she's praising, oh, 31 people clearly like him. Not really. 31 is just mid. There's what's 31. If he plays top 10, okay, we can talk about it. There's like only what, 9, 7 people making the group. 31, you
Because this ranking is based on who?
votes, I guess.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's there's votes, but there's what the people who putting the money want.
Yeah.
Because a recent variety show basically blew the lid off how brutal it really is. The episode was a day with the group style video. And you literally watch the girls clock into a broadcast station at 3:57 a.m., still in the makeup chairs by 5 a.m., pre-record a music show, squeeze in a mini fan event, hop back on stage, shoot TikToks with other groups, then roll into a 6 p.m. fan sign. And because sleep is apparently optional, they head back to the company at 10 p.m. for more lessons. That's about 18 hours straight of smile or you're ungrateful. And the timeline isn't speculation, it's straight from the video itself. Say My Name are rookies under Eincode, a company created by an ex-TVXQ member. They debuted in October 2024 and just dropped their comeback I Love You. Translation: they're in peak rookie hamster wheel mode, where labels cram every possible metric into a few hectic weeks: dawn pre-recordings, midday content, evening fan signs, and night practices. And yes, this isn't some isolated mess up. This is literally how Korean music shows operate. Pre-record at dawn, live broadcast later, idols zombied out in between. The reason the clip hit a nerve? Because it dressed up suffering as cute hustle. The subtext isn't "this is insane," it's "we're hardworking angels. Support us." Meanwhile, fans are still scratching their heads over why groups like Catsie are constantly sick or injured, as Redditors pointed out. Watching that schedule is enough to make you wonder why anyone would want this job, especially in a small company where the failure rate is like 70%. And here's the infuriating part. Say My Name has a minor. Magne Sungju was born in 2010. South Korean labor law says no work for under 18 from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. unless there's some special consent or approval. And there's already debate about tightening those rules even more. So when the schedule graphic flashes 10 p.m. back to lessons, you're not just
I
looking
mean, there is a caveat, unless approval. Then I'm sure the approval was given. So
at grind culture, you're looking at a compliance red flag at best, or a loophole circus at worst. Oh, it's not work, it's education either way. It's a child closing out an 18-hour workday built for content. 4. Why Wonyoung has had the
we talked about this already. That's the life you choose. No, can't sit here and feel bad for them if that's the decision you made. You have to work hard. It is what it is. It's the nothing comes easy. So everybody knows how much it takes out of you to be an idol. She's right. What the Redditor said. Why would one want to do it? I don't know. I don't know. I would never want to do that. But people choose to do that. That's what comes with it. It is what it is.
Same hair since debut. Some say it's boring, but it's a strategy with a barcode. Long dark hair with clean glam is her logo. You spot that silhouette in a thumbnail the size of a fingernail and your brain goes Wonyoung. That's how CF queens are built. Recognizability first. Experimentation second. Starship isn't stupid. They're protecting a visual brand that prints money. When you're fronting banks, detergent, hair tools, skincare, diapers, you can't show up blonde on Monday, copper on Wednesday, wolf cut on Friday. Campaigns roll out across countries for months and ad contracts usually demand continuity. Break the look and you risk reshoots, broken storyboards and angry clients. So they keep the base stable and play inside the margins. Bangs for a minute, a deeper brown. A different part, micro layers, gloss versus soft matte finish, maybe a wig for a MV or photo shoot if they want spice without frying the asset. Yes, the asset. Her hair is literally part of the product they're selling, just like Rosie, who turned blonde into a trademark, weaponized it until it was basically her logo. Even if her scalp's been waving a white flag since 2018, you don't even need to read her name. The hair is the headline. Wonyoung's dark waist-length gloss does the same job for a different brand position. Elegant, youthful, high polish.
Dad, I'm
Wonyoung is
bored.
lucky.
Let's count the smiles.
Why
Different
you
pal-
say that?
Because to maintain her hair, it's much more healthier.
Oh, then dyeing it?
Yeah,
Oh.
having to dye it, cut it, treat it. Oh my gosh.
Same game. Minimize risk, maximize recall. And there's more to it than pretty hair. Creative operations depend on consistency. Stylists build color stories. Around that tone, sponsors plan packaging and point-of-sale visuals with that face and hair. Editors cut B-roll knowing she'll match from day to day. Even algorithms play along. Click-through rate and recognition are higher when audiences instantly know who they're seeing. Meanwhile, hair health matters. Torching it for variety would kneecap every hair care and device endorsement she's carrying. You want Karina's spicy air-fried hair? Cool, but the bag won't co-sign it. The compromise is simple. Keep the signature for commercials and group identity. Call it boring if you want. But boring is exactly how you build a top-of-mind brand. Ariana's ponytail, Taylor's red lip, Rosie's blonde, and Wonyoung's glossy dark sheet. That's not a rut. That's a trademark. Now onto the Starship is sidelining Wonyoung take. Yes, people are crying because Ray got a center
if
position in
people
teasers.
say- telling me to change my hair. No, she's doing fine having the same hairdo, not having to switch up to create interest.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
I don't really understand the conversation about that. The person has their hair. It's like
Yeah.
whatever they want to do with their hair. Why do we care? I don't know.
Instead of Wonyoung. I just can't. Y'all are mixing up three different things. 1. Choreo Center, who stands front on the hook. 2. Frame Center, who the camera locks on. And 3. Promo Center, who sits dead middle in photos and headlines the ad money. Those rotate on purpose. Putting Ray in the middle of the recent comeback teasers with Eugen isn't a coup, it's a campaign. Ray has been going viral for visuals recently, so Starship milks the engagement while it's hot, because that's what competent management does. Distribute spotlight to grow multiple pillars. 2 years ago y'all moaned Wonyoung and friends. Now they widen the frame and suddenly they're replacing her. Pick a struggle. Here's the boring business truth. Wonyoung will always be the face of the group. She's the face advertisers buy when they want guaranteed engagement. That doesn't change because Ray gets the middle square in a concept photo. It's actually the opposite. You can move the other members freely because Wonyoung's brand stays locked. It also de-risks the group long term. A group with multiple proven centers is harder to sink if one member gets injured, busy or controversial. And yes, pushing Ray or Liz more when they go viral is smart portfolio management. Momentum pumps up when you meet it with visibility, center placement in teasers, screen time in MVs, a couple killing parts on stage and fresh CF storylines. Meanwhile, Wonyoung keeps doing the heavy commercial lift because that's where her visual brand dominate. That's the entire point of a signature look and a consistent public image. You don't gamble your cash cow to satisfy Twitter's variety demands. You let the girls stay iconic while letting the other members experiment. Lastly, Catsie pulled out of Summer Sonic Osaka last minute because 2 members weren't feeling well. They didn't say what it was, but fans are whispering COVID, which honestly tracks. Half of Lollapalooza came back positive and the virus has been ripping through crowds lately. Hive
Ooh,
didn't drop
interesting.
names, which is smart because if it were Manon the internet would combust. People love to act like Catsie has someone sick or injured every week. But that's literally every idol group. When you've got 4+ people grinding in practice rooms for hours daily, injuries happen.
last
Add
minute
5 or
is
6
it?
flights a week and of course someone's
Let me see when it was. I honestly, I think like it might have been this weekend. So they pulled out like the day before.
Osaka seems like you gotta travel far.
Yeah, this weekend. So, and we're hearing it about today. So they probably pulled out the, like either same day or the day before. Yeah.
catching something. The only difference here is Catsie's based in LA, so their contracts aren't K-pop's usual prison deals. They're more like US talent agreements, which means actual labor laws and more transparency.
Yeah, I mean, if they just got COVID, whatever, who cares? Not a big deal. If they actually something more serious going on, well, that's a problem. So,
I'm so curious. So they say the group or it's just
two
like
members.
members? I mean, yeah, I can understand like for health reasons. Put
Yeah.
people out.
And we can't be complaining about that, and then if they were forced to perform, we'd be sitting here complaining, oh, they're forcing them to go through a sickness, they're clearly sick of
Yeah.
COVID, but they force them to perform. So pick your stance and stick with it. You can't flip-flop based on the group what you feel about it.
But when you say it's for health reason, you don't have to pay the penalty.
Of canceling,
Yeah.
I mean, especially if it's like COVID, you definitely say like, oh yeah, we're gonna get everyone sick, so like, oh no, it's okay, don't come. If it's something like more personal, like I don't know, sore throat, that's different because it's not contagious. But when it's contagious like that, yeah, I don't think they will be penalized for that. If it is COVID, we don't know.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And as always, share as much kindness as possible.